Hello again everyone, and welcome to the craft room of stampinginthevalley.com. Today we're going to make this very simple, pretty card. And I'm going to feature our banner greeting stamp set. This is a hostess stamp set, so if you order from my online store, you will be eligible for this stamp set. Also, the flowers are from our Flower Shop stamp set, and that has the matching punch with it. And we're going to go through, a lot of people have had trouble with this stamp set, lining it up and punching it, and I'm going to show you a really easy technique on how to do it. Then behind here I have used our scallop punch, the 1 3/4 inch scallop punch. Very simple card. Okay, now love this in the purples. I use Wisteria Wonder, love it, but I want to use, on this one, I want to use our Very Vanilla and Pear Pizzazz. So we're going to make it with the green. And now this card is cut at 8.5 by 5.5 of Very Vanilla and scored at 4 1/4. And this is a landscape card. And you can either use it, you know, like this or like this to open top to bottom. So very simple. Okay, so that's our base. If you look back on my videos, on my layering, some of the layering video that I did, this is what this is cut from. And let's see, the dimensions on this piece are 2 1/8 by, let's see, by 5.5. 2 1/8 by 5.5. Okay. And what I want to do now is bring in our cutting board here. And what you do with this little piece, it's not rocket science. You just cut off a small little strip. So I like to do about 1/4 inch. So we go about right there. Okay. And just go ahead and cut a straight line. Okay. So you're just cutting a small strip off of that layering, that part that we layered with a video a while back. Okay, let's move that out of the way and bring our card back in. This is very, very simple to attach, very simple to do. I like to leave a little edge right here, and I'm going to attach now this larger portion, and we're going to use our snail. Go ahead and attach that, and I like to leave a little border on the outside of my card. Just attach that down, it will fit perfectly. And then this one's going to come, this little strip is going to come out just a little bit to give us a little separation right here. But first what we're going to do is stamp our sentiment. And that's where we're going to bring in again the Hostess stamp set. And I like the Friends Forever. So let's take that one out again and put it on a clear block. Right there. And I'm going to open my Pear Pizzazz. And we're going to just stamp this real quick in this corner. Make sure you have solid ink, and our new ink pads are very juicy, so solid ink is easy to get. Okay, now you just come down here to the bottom, and I just down and up. Pretty great. Now I'm full of ink. That's normal. Doesn't mean you're crafting. You've got to be full of ink. Okay, then I take my snail and I just put it on the edges of this small piece. Okay, and what I want to do is bring it right up to, and I just got my finger on there with my ink, bring it right up to the edge of that banner. Make sure that this is lined up on your cardstock. So it just gives you a little finishing touch right down there. And that's no problem. We're going to cover that up with the flower. So now we want to get some Very Vanilla. I've just got some scrap here. and I want to get my flowers going, and just pick out any 3. So because I used 3 of the other ones, I'll use 3 different ones this time. And I want to show you how to line these up. What I've done with the punch, okay, you wanted to find the one that lines up with this part of the bottom of your punch, okay? And then that's where I put like a little mark with my Sharpie, and I'll line it up every time. So let's get into doing that real quick. Pick up my flower. Okay, now you want to make sure when you punch that this little tick mark is at the bottom of your page, so that when you line up your punch, or when you stamp, you want to make sure that this is at the bottom of your page, because then when you line up your punch, it's going to be perfect. Okay, so let's open our Pear Pizzazz again, ink our flower up, nice, and I'm just going to stamp. Beautiful. Now I'm going to show you how easy this is to punch it out. Because I have already lined it up and I know that it's right, because I've already done the preliminary with it and made that little mark on the stamp itself, it's going to line up perfectly. Just take your time, get your border around it nicely, kind of fool with it a little bit, getting it lined up. I like to get it really nice. Good. There we go. So that's one. And let's go and make the other 2. And again, I'll use the bottom of the paper. And let's get this off of here. I have a major cleaning job at the end of this. Okay, and I put that on there, making sure that my little mark is at the bottom. Ink it up. I love this Pear Pizzazz. Such a pretty, pretty color. Stamp. Nice. Love it. And I'm just going to take my other one and stamp it also real quick so that we can just punch and punch. Check it out, make sure you've got good ink. This one has the alphabet on it. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. Whoops, there went a clear block. Sorry. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring this in. And I'm going to line it up real quick just looking at it. I can do that a little faster. Right there. Punch. And see, because I made that little tick mark on my stamp, now I just have to line it up, get my border right, punch it out. Good. Great. Now we have all 3 of our flowers. How pretty is this going to look? Okay, and we're just going to strategically place them, and I'll just place them like that. Okay, on our card. But first we want to get some more Pear Pizzazz, and I want to use the scallop punch and just punch 3 out. Just real quick, just punch 3 out. 1, 2, 3. Great. Now, what I like to do with these, move the card out of the way, so I like to go ahead and line these up and just mount them onto the scallop punch. Okay, but first, I'm bringing my bone folder, I like to flip the edges up. Makes the card give it a little bit more dimension. Just take each petal and just roll it around your bone file, or like that, the little folder, the bone folder. And I get all 3 of them. Just flipping the edges up because we are going to use a dimensional and we will be using some snail also. How pretty. Just real quick. make a very, very pretty card that you can send to any of your friends, especially on a snowy, dreary day like it is today here at Stamping in the Valley. The reason why, now let me say this. I like to pop these little flowers up with dimensionals. Okay, so one dimensional's good, just on the back. And I wanted to tell you that the reason why my craft room is called Stamping in the Valley, as you watch me do this, is because the town that I live in, its nickname is the Valley Beautiful. I live in the Appalachian Mountains of Tennessee, and we have an endless amount of snow that's going on right now. So I'm home from work again. So when I'm home from work, I like to craft. Okay, let's bring our card in. We've mounted all three of our flowers. How pretty. How beautiful. And you can place them anywhere. And see that little part right there where my finger touched it with the ink? I'm just going to put the flower over it. No big deal. Isn't that cute? Our card is done. So I'm going to just turn these over. I'm going to add some snail. And sometimes I'll snail on the paper. Sometimes I'll just snail right in my hand. Just a couple of lines of snail. And just adhere your flower down. Put one up there. And this one down here. I love it. I absolutely love it in the Pear Pizzazz. Beautiful. Now, I like to decorate the inside of my cards because, you know, just a little stamping makes it special. So again, I'm going to pull out another flower from the Flower Shop stamp set and get another block here. Adhere that to the block. Open the Pear Pizzazz. I always close it because I get my cards in it, I get my fingers in it. Ink it up. I inked my flower up, and I'm just going to stamp this right in the corner. Beautiful. You can add your sentiment up here if you want to say have a great day, just thinking of you. So here's our card in our Pear Pizzazz. Here's our card in our Wisteria Wonder. Either one of these are beautiful to give as a gift, just to let somebody know that you're thinking about them. If you like my videos, please click on the button at the bottom of this one, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel that way. If you'd like to order any of these Stampin' Up! Products, please go to my website at stampinginthevalley.com. Click on the big blue button, and that'll take you right to my online store where you can order these and many other Stampin' Up! Products. And remember, right now is celebration. And that's when, this is the greatest time to order Stampin' Up! Products. For every $50 worth of product you order, you can pick certain items that are free in the Celebration catalog. And I've done some videos on those also. And I've got another video coming up along today. I'm working on another project. So just go to my online store, order some great products, make your cards, send them to your friends. Or if you'd like to, get a hold of me and we'll have a workshop or a party. Thanks for watching and have a great day.